Today we've just finished our first training day here in Armidale, sponsored by Crow Horth, the accountants here in Armidale. I'd like to thank Rodney Schultz immensely for coming on board and sponsoring our youth and adult camp. We had some coaches here today, and one of them was a good friend of mine and one hell of a good coach, John Pokarier. John, pleased to have you on board.
We're glad to be part of it, Mark. Yep,
now,
good.
When we started off this morning, I did a bit of a start off and introduced everyone, and I didn't realise that John has been in this business for a long, long time. And the history of cutting has been in Australia since the 70s all the way through. And John, all the way through that, you stated to me that you've run second a couple of times in the maturity, placed in many finals, went to America, was the first Australian person to ever make the semi-finals, and rode horses with Leon Harrell. You don't have to say too much more than that.
Well, that's not a bad resume, I suppose.
Yeah, well, a lot would like to have that on their business card. You know what, the things I got today was that everyone enjoyed your immense talent of being able to get it through to people simple. Right. Coaching is a really hard thing to do, and it's even harder to do with various, ages and people at all different levels. And you had the opportunity to do that today. And not only did you show them how to start horses on the bag, how to create, some nice moves on a cow, and also, taught people how to get horses broke for bridle, and you've done a good job.
Thank you, thank you. We spoke a lot today, Mark, in my program with all the different people that we were sort of helping. I talked a lot about building blocks and starting these horses for performance events, whether it be cutting, two-handed cutting, challenges, reining, camp draft, whatever. Talked about building blocks and starting them horses off so that they're kind, and you put one block on top of the other and develop him into a great horse to do whatever you choose to do with him, okay? And we also want those horses broke and soft in our hands. And I spoke about having our horse control of our horse, right from his nose to his tail. And that is having him between your hands and between your legs at all times, so that he's responsive and soft.
Simplicity was the thing that I got out today. There's been the hardest thing that goes on, in training horses today is, and there's a lot of talk out there between the man that's got the pattern horse, and then the man that wants to create just a cow horse, and and when you see your judging event, you'll see a cow horse, and then you'll see a pattern horse. And then at the end of the day, it's trying to fit that horse in between to keep him trained simple, where once you train him, that I think the greatest thing you can have on a horse is that someone else can step on a horse. And I noticed today, one little girl here had a problem with her own horse. John went to his trailer and got a horse called, what's your horse's name?
Shiny or Destination.
Destination. Got Destination out and give that horse to that girl. She was a green rider. Yep. And you know what? She worked cows today. She worked mechanical cow today. And we got some photos which we'll put up on the site, because this was a green rider. And that old horse held his pattern and to the stage where he still read the cow. And I thought to myself, well, there's a trained horse. And as you said, it's been done on building blocks.
Absolutely. So that anybody at any stage can step on these horses and show them and enjoy them.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're still going to perform. So my whole deal is about training that horse to be a cow horse. And everything we do, whether it's on a mechanical cow or a live cow, is cow related.
Yeah.
So cow goes, we go. Cow stops, we stop. Cow gets back through the turn, we get back through the turn. Right to the stop.
Yeah.
And that's keeping it simple.
Yeah, it is, and it stood out, and that little girl, when she got off there today, I didn't think she wanted to get off at all.
I'll tell you what pleased me was this little girl got on this horse this morning at Smoko on Destination. and then we all had to stop for lunch. Well, after lunch, believe it or not, she was the first one back to the horse to get on destination, and she's in the arena before anybody else, ready to go again.
Yeah.
And I was pretty proud of that.
Yeah, and you know what? Not only did the horse do good and you do good, but the most important thing about Australian Cutting Horse and Youth Group is that that's what we want to do. We want to promote the sport of cutting at a cost that's realistic for everyone.
Yep.
But we also want to give people the opportunity that may never have that opportunity to come along and experience cutting. Hey, we had kids from here from 10 to people 72 years of age.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know, all
How
of them.
awesome's that?
Yeah, and you know what? At the end of the day, every one of those people are in the arena, and I seen Bob Penray, 72 years of age, talking to the little fellow that's 10. And they're sitting there talking about their horse and, you know, how he went today and what's your horse by. And, you know, that's the saving grace of youth today, if they can communicate with older people.
Yep.
And if we can achieve that through horses and through cutting and grow it that way, I think we've done all right.
You're going to be doing good.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And I'm tickled to death for a day like today because I have a wealth of knowledge in the horse industry, and whether it be camp drafting or cutting, and I get the opportunity to help pass on some of that information to people.
Yeah.
And I can pass that information on freely without worrying about any one of these people ever going and beating me, because I'd be the first one to go and congratulate them if they did.
Yeah.
And that's what's terrific about days like today, is that we can pass that knowledge on.
Yep. Well, John, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mark.
It's been a pleasure having you on board.
Terrific to be part of the group and
Yep.
help you get started.
And we're going to have a few more of these, and we want you on board.
And what a facility you've got here at Armdale.
It is.
Indoor arena to run your first training day.
The New England put on a beautiful day.
Yep.
And we're going to try to have another one here before the end of the year.
And let's hope tomorrow you need this shed to stay dry.
Let's hope so. Thank you.